Hi, this is Tara and welcome to your weekly video scope, and this is for the fire signs. This is for Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, and this is for the week of November 2nd through November 8th, and I'm going to be pulling 2 cards plus looking into my beautiful crystal for additional guidance. And you guys, while I'm pulling cards, remember to subscribe because I'm doing weekly videos as well as monthly. Okay, so you know, they're being picky with you today, Leo. Let's but you know, 2 or 3 wanted to come out, so we're going to talk about all of them. All right, so the first one is actually a pretty cool card to come out. This is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles has to do with money, property, our finances, and this is about, you know, completion and transitioning into something new, and very happy about this transition. This is about completing one project and moving on to another. So you guys, it looks like that some of you, this is a general reading of course, but some of you really are excited about a bukus of money. I'm hearing that word, bukus, that you could make. This is a very happy card. It's very much giving to your family. You can help provide for your family. Some of you I really do see, and this is an interesting archetype of in an open type of boat, but it almost has that tail like it does in the Viking days. So it's interesting. Some of you might be taking some winter cruises. Some of you might be just feeling kind of free and expansive and open air, but I do feel like there is money around this, and I feel like some of you are going to want to spend money to create more, and that sometimes it takes money to create more money and to enjoy and to have fun. And this, of course, is getting towards the holidays. The other thing that this tells me, there's a lot of wisdom in this particular card for you. Tune into that 6th and 7th chakra wisdom. This is an amethyst, and this will help you do so. Amethyst is great that way. I meditate with it. Okay, so your second card of this, what's going to be 3-card spread, usually it's 2, but you guys 3 came out, so let's talk about them, is the Ace of Swords. All right, so some new ideas, a new way of thinking coming. This is about new concepts. So I really love that it came up with the Pentacles. And you know, if you think about it, this guy came up first, and he's looking for new ways of making money because he is facing new ideas. He wants to make money in a different way, and he's being creative for the first part of the year. And what's going to come about the resolution with this is the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is celebratory. It's about being around friends, around family. This is, you know, it could be 3 people, but it also feels like there's a real connectedness with you. And I'm feeling really in the heart space on this one. That would be a green crystal. But I'm feeling like there's a real connectedness with you, and what you're doing and what you're providing for other people is very much coming from the heart space. So, all right, Sagittarius, or excuse me, Leo, you have a great week. That is a fun reading. Okay, and I'll see you next week. All right, so now on to Sagittarius. And let's see, Sagittarius, happy week. This is for November 2nd through November 8th. And I'm pulling 2 cards, plus I'm looking into my crystal. All right, so here are the 2 cards, and they really wanted to come out. So let's see what they have to say. Okay, so interesting. This is, the first one that came up is the 7 of Cups. All right, well, this card is interesting in that it's an emotion card, so it has to do with a water sign too. It could be a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, and or your rising or moon sign might be that, or your birth time may have been so early in the month that you're near this, or you're on the cusp of Scorpio. I'm feeling like that a little bit as well. Well, you know, it may be that, you know, you have really everything you need, and you're really not paying it. Some of you may not be paying attention to what's inside yourself, to that enlightenment, because it's like you're kind of throwing your emotions. You're like, oh, I don't know this one, or I don't know that one. You're a little scattered, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it feels like to get centered, because your emotions are feeling a little bit scattered here. The other thing is too, let's see what I see him. I think he feels like he has a right to. It's like, you know, if any of you have had a playful or somewhat playful fall, or you've been outdoors and you've been having a good time, it's like, you know, if something's feeling to me like it's okay for you to be a little bit scattered right now, that you are going to regroup, that you're going to get centered, and that's okay. Because interesting, what comes up next is the Page of Cups. Well, this is another emotion or water sign again. And so you have 2 cup cards, and the pages represent news. Some news is coming to you, and this is emotional news. So let's take a look at both of these cards and see. This is the 7 of Cups. And so 7 represents wanting to get our emotions in line so that we do feel emotionally steady. Okay, and so the Page of Cups coming up second is saying, okay, there's new emotions that you can tap into to feel more centered. This could also mean, you know, I'm feeling children again for you guys. This comes up so much with you. It feels like that again, being creative, being playful, being fun, you know, playing with children, getting the color books out, and really, really, really being in that present moment. This is a lot of emotions coming up in 1 month. And I add these up together, 7 and 1 is 8. So 8 has to do with balance, right? In numerology, it has to do with balance. It has to do with infinity. It has to do with manifesting. So get your emotions in line. Choose the right one. If news comes in that's new news for your emotional well-being, then so be it. Take that in, and let's look at the crystal and see what we come up with here. And for some reason with you guys, I'm wanting to point it like a rocket ship going this way. Interesting. I'm seeing some light purple, and I don't think it's because of what I have on. I really am seeing, and it's very light, almost like a violet. So it feels like, and some green. So it feels like that while it's great to be intuitive, and we want you to use those hints and messages that you get, stay grounded with everything. Stay grounded, and then your emotions will feel more like they're in place, and you can move on and create whatever you want to create. Okay, Sagittarius, that was an interesting reading. All right, and on to Aries. Have a great week, by the way, Sagittarius, too. Okay, and I'll see you next week. On to Aries. Okay, Aries, this is for the week of November 2nd through November 8th, and I'm pulling 2 cards from the Hanson Roberts deck, and that one wants to come out. Well, that's 2. Don't you love it when they come up? And I'm looking at my crystal. All right, so the first one that comes up, wow, this card just came up for the last, so this is the Page of Cups. So the page is about news coming to you that makes you feel, you know, it's an emotional feeling. The cups are about our emotions. It's a water sign. Could be it could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces too. And interestingly enough, look at the cup. That's a fish. So any of you that are in a relationship with a Pisces, and or it's your moon or rising sign, put those comments down below, because that feels right, that there's something to do with emotions with a Pisces, and or if that's your moon or rising sign. And for me, that just feels like, you know, you're really you're really feeling emotionally vulnerable. I think some of you are, and I'm intuitively going into this. I feel like you almost sometimes feel like a page or a child. And, you know, why not, Aries? Why not? You guys are pretty strong. So why not sometimes feel emotionally vulnerable? That's what's coming up for me for you. Okay, well, and then the second card that came up, this is very interesting because it's very similar to another reading. But this is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about finding our feelings within of how we want to move forward, our strength, finding our strength within. And so interesting how this guy's going to move forward. So right here, he's receiving some wisdom and some messages emotionally. And here he receives so much information. That's what feels like to me it is. So you guys, you know, kind of watch your emotions for this next week. That's what I'm feeling. That there may be some emotional outcries, or you may just have had enough of something and you just kind of like, I've had it, you know, and you want to draw the line. So, you know, I get that. And I'm going to look into my crystal and see what I see. And immediately when I picked it up and I'm seeing this again, is at the very base, almost looking down, there's a beautiful, and just one point, a beautiful white, it almost was like a star. So it feels to me like this star is beckoning you to really, you know, open up to your emotions, embrace them, acknowledge them, and let anything go that doesn't feel like it's serving you. So if something comes up, a situation comes up, and you're just like fired up about it, take a deep breath, let it go, because I feel like this was very soothing to me for you. And in fact, my voice may be getting quieter because that happens when I feel very soothing. And yeah, and then I'm seeing yellow chakra, yellow kind of own your power kind of thing. So you all have interesting reading for you all, Aries. You all have a great week, and be sure and subscribe, and I will see you next week and next month.